Democracy Day celebration. President Bola Tinubu confers national honors and posthumous awards on Nigerians. Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Bianca Ojukwu, embarks on diplomatic shuttle to Senegal and Gambia. National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency inaugurates committee to contain oil spillage. Hello and welcome to the news at 3 on NTA News 24, broadcasting live from Abuja. I am Stella Inameti. President Bola Tinubu has conferred honors and posthumous awards on some Nigerians, ranging from Commander of the Federal Republic to Commander of the Order of the Niger, and labeling them as heroes and activists of democracy in Nigeria. He made this known while addressing a joint session of the National Assembly to mark the 2025 Democracy Day. The president emphasized that democracy has come to stay in Nigeria as the only mode of governance of resilient citizens. He called for sustained synergy among arms of government for nation building and dismissed the notion that the All Progressives Congress is seeking a one-party state. The president also pledged speedy assent to tax reform bills and commended the National Assembly for the passage. And joining us now live from the National Assembly on the presidential address to the joint session is our correspondent, Mohammed Rabiu Ali. Rabiu, what's the situation at the moment at the National Assembly?
Well, thank you, Stella. Today it has been a historic as we celebrate the 26 years of unbroken democracy in Nigeria. And the president, this is the second time, is witnessing this celebration here at the National Assembly, precisely at the joint session of the Green and Red Chamber. For now, the president has made his presentation, and the lobby here, as you can see, is empty, where all the members have, left after listening to the president's speech. There are issues that the president, raised during his speech. Issue that has to do with democracy, that democracy has come to stay in Nigeria. This sounds, very unique, very, historic, and the issue of opposition, the one-party system. He made mention that the opposition party should know that he's not mentioning that Nigeria should have one-party system, but, to have a good governance that would take Nigeria to greater height. So President has, made so much, speech and promises to Nigerians, and we look forward to see these promises yield a positive result. The presidential speech, was well captured.
What's the general ambience, the feelings of the legislators?
Their responses, I can say, they really feel happy with the president's speech. Even the notion that they have, has to do with the one-party system, has been cleared. So it's really historic and very captivating speech by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Okay, thank you, Rabiu. We hope to have a full package later. Thank you. And moving ahead, as Nigeria commemorates June 12 Democracy Day, citizens are taking stock of the nation's democratic journey, acknowledging achievements while also recognizing the ongoing efforts needed to solidify democratic principles and extend its benefits to every citizen. Political analysts on Good Morning Nigeria say a key step forward involves bridging the gap of trust between the government and its people, which is vital for fostering a stronger and more prosperous democratic system. Ekamini Williams has details.
Nigeria has officially designated June 12 as Democracy Day, commemorating a pivotal moment in its democratic history. This recognition follows President Muhammadu Buhari's 2018 declaration, which acknowledged the June 12, 1993 presidential election won by Chief MKO Abiola as the fairest election since the country's independence. Political analysts have noted significant progress in Nigeria's 26 years of democratic governance, with approximately 93 million registered voters and over 18 political parties. They emphasized that now is the opportune time to recalibrate the nation's democratic trajectory, drawing inspiration from the credibility and integrity of the June 12, 1993 elections.
People must appreciate that government is their own government. But that's one way. Secondly, we need to improve on the quality of our electoral process.
The last election, we had about 26% turnout rate, but that's also very big. That comes to about 24 million people that voted. That's if you take Togo, Benin Republic, combined together, that's that figure is makes up about 2 or 3 smaller countries in Africa. So it's significant, but we can have more.
Consistently, we have had robust debates at the National Assembly. We have had the judiciary has been playing its active role, the executive system. So we have seen that consistently democracy has taken root. What is democracy? It's participation of the people.
To fortify and sustain democratic governance in Nigeria, analysts stress the need for a multifaceted approach. They advocate for empowering citizens by creating opportunities for self-sufficiency rather than dependence on temporary measures. Additionally, they highlight the importance of reforming the electoral process to enhance credibility and participation, reviewing gender-related legislation to promote inclusivity, and ensuring accountability and transparency in governance to build trust and confidence in democratic institutions.
Definition and value of a Nigerian should be defined, one, through the way we treat security issues. We talk about rule of law. We talk about transparency. We talk of accountability. We talk about a situation where civil society have the right to speak inherent.
It's going to keep getting better and better. The most important thing is for us not to do like what some other African countries did, where some very, very ambitious people in the military now took over and ended the democratic process.
One of the things that I know that is the hallmark of June 12 is also the importance, the fact that unity is possible in the country. I've heard comment, and I think the guest in the other studio had rightly mentioned today the aspect of even having the Muslim ticket, and across the divide of the country, both the north and the south.
Comprehensive decision-making process for the administration in the next 2 years, which will round off the first tenure. Francis Form in this report reviews the performance of the Police Affairs Ministry in the past 2 years in its internal security efforts.
In line with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, the Ministry of Police Affairs has embarked on a comprehensive transformation of Nigeria's policing architecture.
Notable among them
Under the leadership of Senator Ibrahim Gaitam, the ministry has focused on modernization, accountability, and improved welfare cornerstones of the administration's broader security sector reform. One of the landmark achievements is the implementation of the Police Information Management System, a digital platform aimed at enhancing transparency, efficiency, and data-driven policing. This system now facilitates personnel records, tracking of assets, and crime reporting, signaling a shift from analog to digital law enforcement.
In the period under consideration, we have recorded significant strides in the following areas: establishment of National Criminal Data Fusion Center for the Nigerian Police Force, launch of the Special Intervention Squad, enhanced development of tactical squads, plug up of the construction of smart modern divisional police headquarters.
The ministry has also overseen the recruitment and training of new officers in collaboration with the Police Service Commission and the Nigeria Police Force. This is part of President Tinubu's directive to bridge manpower gaps and ensure a more responsive and community-centered police service. In the area of police welfare, several initiatives have been rolled out, including housing projects, insurance coverage, and increased budgetary allocation for logistics. These efforts are designed to boost morale and improve the operational efficiency of officers on the front lines.
A number of kidnap victims have been rescued, a number of weapons have been recovered from the bandits, a number of arrests have been made, a number of convictions have been gained in the courts. We are thankful to Mr. President for giving us this assistance. Without all this assistance received from the government, we might not have been able to achieve all that we have achieved so far.
The neglect of police is over 40 years, so we cannot expect to see the change in 1 year. But Mr. President has put in a vision for it to be done. This is year 2 on government. Things are getting better. So yes, this is the government now. This is the positive government for Nigeria. This is the hope for Nigeria.
The ministry has also intensified its partnership with international security bodies and regional organizations, focusing on capacity building, intelligence sharing, and counter-terrorism strategies. As insecurity remains a pressing challenge, the Ministry of Police Affairs is positioning itself not just as a policy body, but as a driving force in shaping the future of internal security in Nigeria. Francis from NTA News.
Still on security, the Defense Headquarters is partnering with the United States Institute of Security Governance to further develop the capacity of military personnel on enhancing harm mitigation during conflict and security operations. The Civilian Harm Mitigating Seminar reviews Nigeria's counter-insurgency operations in the last 16 years with emphasis on cases of collateral damages during operations.
To our operations right now, this is a form of sensitizing our troops that when you go there, it's not for you to go and really kill, but you need to protect civilians. You need to protect the baby. You need to protect the child. You need to protect the male and female. So that is what this course is all about. The military is trying to do a lot to reach down to the grassroots, to sensitize the men that the military is there to protect you, to defend you, and not to harm you. So what they have been taught now, they will go back to their units and practice it. They too will become trained trainers, and most of them in the front of battle, they will know that yes, there are some guides apart from international humanitarian laws that will guide them on what to do, mostly to protect a civilian population.
Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports that with participants drawn from all the theaters of operation across the country, the seminar aligns with the Chief of Defense Staff's philosophy of having a people-centric approach armed forces, where civilian life and civil-military relations is key winning the war against insurgency. This is the News Desk at 3 on NTA News 24. More reports in just a moment.
I am pleased to announce encouraging news from the National Bureau of Statistics, which released the Consumer Price Index, the CPI, for April 2025 only yesterday. According to the report, the headline inflation rate for April stood at 23.71%, This represents a decrease of 0.52% from the 24.23% recorded in March 2025. Similarly, month-on-month inflation dropped by a notable 2.04% from 3.90% in March to 1.86% in April. This, of course, did not just happen by chance. The President is focused and is determined, and his determination and his interventions are clearly paying off. The benefits of reform, though gradual, are real and measurable.
This is NTA News 24.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Now to environment matters. National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency, NOSDRA, has inaugurated a bi-technical committee made up of NOSDRA officials and Marine Platform Limited for the application of capping stack as a containment measure for quick response to oil spills in Nigeria. Speaking during the inauguration at the NOSDRA headquarters, Abuja, Director General of the agency, Chukwuemeka Woki, expressed delight on the partnership with the firm, emphasizing that NOSDRA was keen to collaborating with organizations that would add value to the agency's mandate in oil spill management.
We are open to any responsible government agency, government, individual, private company that will add value to what we are doing. And then, having listened to your robust presentation and the synopsis presented by my director here, it is very, very obvious that this equipment will help so much in reducing response time, which is very, very key. You know that if response time is reduced, it means the gravity of damage would have also been reduced. And it is also evident that it will save costs. And so we have no option but to buy.
The Director General said the agency fully relies on the capacity of the firm in the promotion of capping stack for containment of oil spill in the nation's petroleum industry and called on the committee to deliver on the assignment. He revealed that the closest capping stack to Nigeria is in Angola and South Africa, and it would take approximately 2 weeks in response to any major spill in the country, thereby underscoring the need for drilling operators to demonstrate access to subsea stack and the requisite expertise to control blowout well. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has called on all stakeholders to speed up efforts towards ending child labor in all ramifications by strengthening the laws, supporting families, and investing in quality education for every child. This is in her message marking 2025 World Against Child Labor Day with the theme, Let's Speed Up Efforts, End Child Labor, while urging Nigerians to raise their voices for millions of children whose dreams are stolen by the harsh reality of child labor. The First Lady says it is unacceptable that children are still forced to work instead of going to school, pursuing their dreams and learning how to grow into productive members of the society. She urges all to work towards building a country where every child is free to thrive, dream, and reach their God-given potential. Leaving the shores of the country now, in a clear and assertive tone, Nigeria's Foreign Minister Yusuf Tuga has told African and Chinese counterparts in Changsha that true partnership means shared prosperity as focused consultations continue in Human Province. Nigeria is not just participating, but setting the tone for a new chapter in Africa-China cooperation. Speaking exclusively to NTA as high-level talks continue under the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation, FOCAC. The minister emphasized that it's time for Africa's voice to echo through the corridors of trade symmetry, industrial domestication, and future-facing innovation.
And private sector deals that are going on to do with satellite and satellite technology. Of course, AI is another area that we're negotiating on. We want to see more benefits.
The minister underscored the urgency for stronger reciprocity in trade and called for value addition and industrial processes to take root within African economies and not outside them.
Announced that there will be restrictions because of this e-visa and had to be clarified. So it's important we send the right message, and this is part of what would allow us to have also access. At the moment, you know, if you have diplomatic and official passports, you don't need a visa to come to China. We want to see that improve, but we also have to give them access. So it's symbiotic.
The minister made it clear that Nigeria's engagement with China must serve as a launchpad for long-term economic sovereignty. To the ECOWAS sub-region, Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, has affirmed Nigeria's democratic resilience seen as a democratic tradition of stability in West Africa and serves as a model for the region amid growing political uncertainties. The minister's statement on Nigeria's Democracy Day underscored the nation's commitment to constitutional governance despite recent challenges across West Africa, including unconstitutional seizures of power in Mali, Burkina Faso, Guinea, and Niger. He said Nigeria has maintained its democratic trajectory through regular elections, peaceful transitions of power, and adherence to rule of law. Yusuf Tuga reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to regional diplomacy, stressing that democratic governance must remain central to ECOWAS conflict resolution strategy. The Foreign Affairs Minister cited that analysts attest to Nigeria's influence is vital in maintaining regional order as Africa's most populous country and largest economy. Nigeria's democratic health is often viewed as a barometer for West Africa's political direction. Tuga also praised President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's economic and political reforms, expressing confidence that Nigeria's current trajectory will yield shared prosperity, pointing out that the tough but necessary decisions being taken today will secure a brighter, more stable future for all Nigerians, he affirmed. Still in West Africa, as President Bola Tinubu's special envoy, Nigeria's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Bianca Ojukwu, has commenced a diplomatic tour to West African nations, delivering invitations for the upcoming West Africa Economic Summit in Abuja. The minister's shuttle included high-level visits to the Gambia and Senegal, where she personally conveyed President Tinubu's official invitation to regional leaders. In Banjul, the minister was warmly received by Gambian President Adama Barrow, who lauded the initiative as a historic gathering crucial for advancing regional integration in Africa. President Barrow affirmed his country's participation, stressing the urgency of intra-regional collaboration amid shifting global dynamics. President Barrow asserted that global reality no longer supports donor-recipient relations, given the glaring donor fatigue posturing by the West. The Nigerian delegation also made a stop in Dakar, Senegal, where they were received by top government officials. The West Africa Economic Summit, scheduled to take place from June 20th to 21st, is a flagship initiative of President Bola Tinubu in his capacity as ECOWAS chairman. The summit aims to create a platform for sustainable economic development and integration. The event will bring together heads of state, business leaders, financial experts, and global institutions to shape the future of West Africa's economy. And that's the news desk at 3 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Stella Inameti.